Shall I?
And we are live.
Welcome to meeting number 391 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Megha Bansal, Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. There are certain rules for everyone. For the audience, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches, as these all are sensitive topics. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. Now, certain rules for role players. TMOD, TTM, and General Evaluator. Please ensure a smart audio and video check before handing over to respective role players and the speakers. Role players, please rename yourself as role you're playing underscore your name underscore the name of your club if you are from a different club. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use screen sharing to indicate time using one of three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time by our time. Now, certain rules for everyone in general. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. And also, polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now it's time to introduce the presiding officer for today's meeting. The presiding officer for today's meeting is also our immediate past president, Utkarsh Sharma. Utkarsh is a PhD scholar and a researcher in economics at JNU. Apart from being a proud geek, he is also a travel enthusiast and adventure seeker. He's always up for new experiences and in life and has been associated with Toastmasters for over a year. In fact, more. And I'm very sure he's fearful of so many things, but yes, he always pushes himself for doing tasks that challenges him. Let's welcome on stage Utkarsh Sharma with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Megha. Isn't she fabulous? The one woman army. Can we have a huge round of applause? From making sure that everyone's on point, everyone's on time, from making sure that she's keeping ready with everyone's role players. So she's like typically like a warrior here and making sure that our meeting runs on time. And that's the real ask of Vice President Education. Thank you so much and huge gratitude, Toastmaster Megha. A very warm and hearty welcome to fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests. As a presiding officer, I welcome you all to meeting number 391 of Turning Point Toastmasters. We're towards the end of November and winters are approaching, so it's time to sport those hoodies, jackets, and coats. But with winters come the menace of air pollution, especially for the folks who live in northern India. And I live in Delhi NCR, so you can understand I'm facing the real brunt of it. So I have a cough. And so it's just a special message, a special like request to please take care of yourself, stay indoors as much as possible, wear your mask, especially if you're in North India, and possibly, if possible, have an air purifier. And let's hope that things turn around really quickly. With that inside, let's just talk about our meeting today. We have so much in store for all of you. 3 scintillating speeches, followed by an impromptu section, which is the table topics, rounding it up with a comprehensive evaluation round. All of it and more. But first and foremost, let me acknowledge and welcome the lovely guests who have joined us today. So we're joined by Shreya Bhalotia. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hi,
Yes.
Shreya.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Okay, so I'm from Kolkata and I'm a member of a Toastmasters club, not Kolkata Toastmasters club. So I'm here as a guest just to experience an online club because ours is offline.
Lovely. Welcome, Shreya, and we welcome you wholeheartedly. I'm sure you're going to have a great time. And do stick
Yes,
around and give us any kind of feedback or any areas
sure.
of improvement that you feel we could have. Thank you so much. We're also joined by our regular guests, such as Galal, uh, Bethlehem, and Najib. And we all know them throughout. Like, I've known them personally. We have chatted and talked a lot. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome, all of you. We also have Libby with us, who is not just a guest, but an active participant. She's taking up a role today as a grammarian. Hi, Libby. Welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters. Is it possible for you to unmute? Libby, can you hear us? All right. I think there's some lag or some issue. All right. We also have Toastmaster Priya Jalan with us. Hi, Priya.
Hi, so good to be here and to be attending the meeting.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. If it's possible, can we just get to know you a little bit? If it's possible, if you could
I am
introduce yourself.
from, sure. I am from Kolkata and I am from the club KTM. So tomorrow I'm doing the role for the first time of T mod, and I thought I have to attend a meeting beforehand to kind of just, feel more confident. And here I am, looking forward.
And that's a wise decision, trust me. And by the looks of it, you are very eloquent, and I'm sure you're going to do a fantastic job. All the very best, and have as much fun as possible and as much learning as possible. And if possible, provide us any kind of feedback that you have for our meeting as well. Thank you so much and enjoy. We are also joined by Pallavi Bajoria, who I think was a member of Peer at Toastmasters, if I'm not wrong. Hi, Pallavi.
Hi, Karshi. Yes, you are right. I was earlier a member with the Spearhead.
Right. Thank you so much, Pallavi, and welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters. Can you just give your brief intro for like 30 seconds before we move forward?
Yeah, sure. It's been a little long when I joined. I joined Toastmaster during the COVID time, and then I left that, and I saw the mail, and so I thought of joining that. Regarding me, I am working. I am in sales in the IT department, and that's it. That's about me. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Pallavi. Have a great time today.
You.
All right. Thank you. We are also joined by, I guess that's all. I hope I welcomed everyone. And in case not, then I will definitely have a connection with you towards the end of the meeting. Thank you so much and welcome everyone. Before we move forward, there are a few announcements to make, folks. Firstly, it's all festive season at Turning Point Toastmasters. We have so much in store and so much lined up. We have our club level table topic contest next week. So next Thursday, we're going to have our table topic contest, and we'll have around more than 15 contestants vying for those podium finish. So it's going to be an exciting contest, irrespective whether you are a guest or a member who is not participating. Of course, the participants will should be there. If you're not a participant or if you're a guest, feel free to enjoy the contest, see that vibe of competitiveness. It's going to be a very professional contest, and I urge and request everyone to come and witness it. It's going to happen next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m., and I wish all the contestants all the very best. Make us proud and shine. This is your opportunity. Contest season happens once a year, so it's your opportunity to shine and make the best out of it. The winners of this contest, of course, will move on to the area level contest, and then you move on to division and district, and the ultimate pinnacle is the world championship of public speaking. So it starts from here, the club level, and let's have it very competitively, and may the best person win. The next announcement that I have is to make is that the festivities do not end here. We have another competitive thing coming up, which are the executive committee elections. The executive committee elections will most probably happen during the second week of December, or maybe third. I'm sure pretty much the second week of December. Our VP Education can confirm that. And then we'll seek nominations way before. So the nominations will start from early December. So if you are looking for any leadership roles, then this is your opportunity for 6 months. I've seen Toastmaster Megha, who's here. She's going to be our team mod, has grown leaps and bounds, and the way she has, shine as a leader. So it's an opportunity that is up for grabs, because here the leadership is very different from any other leadership, because there's nothing at stake. No one's getting paid for anything, right? We all have to lead by influence. This is an influential leadership, and if you can have that skill, that quality, that takes you to places that you can never imagine. So I request all of you to please nominate yourself for the EC position. This goes out to all the members of this club, and let's have a very, very competitive elections like we had for the last time. So we'll soon update you with all the information regarding the elections over the WhatsApp group. So please keep a watch at it. Thank you so much. We have a theme which is on a very universal human value, which is fear. I mean, fear is something, it grips everyone. It grips our hearts, it sometimes clouds our mind, and it often holds us back from realizing our true potential. And you must be thinking, why am I talking about fear suddenly? Because our theme today is something which is all about how to overcome fear. And it kind of is very, very important, because that's what we are here for. Generally, public speaking is a huge fear for a lot of people. So we have something in store, and our Toastmaster of the day will guide us through the art of overcoming fear. She will share her insights, her strategies, and perhaps a story or two to keep us inspired and empowered. So let's put our hands forward, let's put our hands together and welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Megha Bansal. To tell you a little bit about her before we welcome her on stage, Toastmaster Megha is a practicing chartered accountant by profession and a family person by heart. She's someone who's always full of gratitude, and she joined Toastmasters because she always had a dream since childhood that she wants to speak in public influentially. And I can vouch that she's getting there, and she's almost there, and she's fabulous. Let's have a huge round of applause for the club VP Education of our club, Toastmaster Megha Bansal, as she takes the stage as our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Megha, can we have a quick audio video check with you?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are, and you are perfectly incredible. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for such a wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today, as introduced, I will be your team out for today. I will be your team out. I will make sure that we abide by the structure of the Toastmasters meeting, and also will talk about overcoming fear. Now, what do you think? What I'm going to tell you? How to get rid of fear? No. Please don't be disappointed. I'm not going to tell you ways of how to get rid of fear in this meeting. Actually, in the process of knowing the ways of getting rid of fear, you need to know what is fear. And in the process of knowing what is fear, you will come to know that there is no way to get rid of fear. There's no necessity to get rid of fear. You will understand what I'm talking about by the end of the meeting. Well, one of the biggest hurdles when we want to become a great learner is what? Fear, right? Fear of looking bad, fear of unknown, fear of messing up, fear of not knowing anything, fear of fumbling. That's the huge reason we prefer to stay in our comfort zone. But the good news is anybody can learn to beat fear. This is a skill like confidence, like any other skill that anyone can develop with time, with practice. But yes, the way we should do that is much different from the way we might think. And today, I'm going to change your mindset about understanding fear. And I promise you for that. Now, today, we are not going to talk about the psychology behind fear. We are going to talk about science. Yes, I'm a commerce student, but I will talk about science. Now, do you know where does fear comes from? I mean, where it exists? It exists in our brains. Actually, it is wired in our brains. Like, seriously. Like, it has a biological term also. But obviously, I'm not going to tell you about that term and we're not going to discuss about a biology thing. But it is wired in our brains. For easiness, some people call it lizard brain. Hope anybody among you have heard this term, lizard brain? I guess so, no. So we call this fear the place, fear has a place in our brain which is called as lizard brain. Now what, and this lizard brain is very essential for our survival. It keeps us alive. Now, you might be wondering how. It is the fear, right, that tells us to drive slow when we are in a foggy night, when we are driving in the foggy night. It is the fear that tells us to mind your steps when you are standing on the cliff of the mountain. It is the fear that tells students to study. So, and if they don't do, they will fail. So fear is good, right? Fear is not bad. Fear prevents us from danger. But there's certain glitch. The glitch is that the fear that is existing in our brain, it do not know the difference between the challenges, the good challenges, and the dangerous one. So what it does is it just sit in our brain and just trigger for everything that is happening, for every situations. So it motivates us, it triggers us to avoid all these situations, be it positive, be it negative and dangerous. So now I'm going to tell you of how you can use this fear in your favorable ways. But before we move deep into understanding fear, let's not forget we have a typical structure of the Toastmasters meeting. So, in a typical Toastmasters meeting, we have three sections. The first section is prepared speakers. In the first session, we will have prepared speeches wherein each speaker, according to their pathways and projects, will deliver their speeches. The second session will be table topic session. In the table topic session, which is led today by Utkarsh Sharma, in this session, you will be able to practice impromptu speaking. The good part about this session is that the guests of the meeting can also participate in this session and can dip their feet. Now, the third and the last section of the Toastmasters meeting is evaluation section, which is led by General Evaluator Aprajita Darbari today. In this section, each participant of the meeting, be it table topic speaker or be it me, will be evaluated by the team of General Evaluator. So this is the entire meeting. This is the entire agenda we will focus on today. So before we start our first section, I would love to welcome Toastmaster Aprajita Darbari, who is the general evaluator for today. Now, speaking of her, Aparajita, she has done her bachelor's in economics. And apart from being a studious one, she's a teacher who loves teaching little toddlers. I can bet teaching toddlers is a task. She loves to sketch and paints in her free time. She stargazes. The stargazing is one of her hobbies, and she loves to play and train dogs. I'm sure today she has moved out of her comfort zone as she is doing her debutante role as general evaluator. And clappings for you on that, Prajita. I would love to give the stage to you now.
So today I will be heading. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Aprajita,
Yeah.
you are audible and visible.
So today I will be heading the general evaluation section for this meeting. The evaluation will be done by me along with my tag team that consists of the timer, Praneeth Kumar. So, Toastmaster Praneeth Kumar, can you explain your role? Can we have him on stage? Yeah, please explain your role.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Today, my role is I am Toastmaster Praneeth, and today's my role is give the alarm based on that your time allotted on this. So, we having the different segments on this, and then time zone is also defined accordingly on this. So, like a table topic speak. So, this is the total 2 minutes time, but you will get the 1 minute green card, and then 1.5 minute you will show with the yellow card, and 2 minute with the red card on this. And if I'm talking about the other speech part of this, then iceberg speech, we having the 4 minutes green card, 5 minutes at yellow, and 6 minutes is the total time which we will give as a red card into that. And then the evaluation part, that the each evaluator will get 2 to 3 minutes time. So at 2 minute time, I will show the green card, and 2.5 minute, I will raise the yellow card. And at the 3 minute, I'm going to raise the red card too. So this is the time limit defined, and hope everybody is going to maintain the time slot so that everybody will get the good exposure and good time limit to explain their view on this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Praneeth. Next tag evaluator is in my team is our counter. Our counter is playing by Rohit Chadda. Toastmaster Rohit Chadda, can you explain the role?
Yes, good evening, everybody. So I'll explain my role. So basically, thank you, Prajita, for giving me the opportunity to perform the counter role in today's event. My primary responsibility will be to observe and note instances of filler words such as and other similar sounds. I will present my report at the end of the event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohit. Next tag evaluator that we have for today is our grammarian, which is being played by Toastmaster Libby. Hi, Libby. Can you please explain the role?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aprajita. My name is Libby, and I will be your grammarian for this meeting. So when we go for an interview or a marriage, we pay special attention to our clothes. We accessorize accordingly. Why do we do that? We do that because we want to be more presentable. We want to create an impression. So language is something which we use to communicate, and grammar is the accessory that we use to make our language more attractive. As a grammarian, I will be paying close attention to all the speakers, listening attentively to your language usage. I would be making note of all incorrect usage of the language, as well as good usage of words, quotes, etc. As grammarian, it is also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is tenacity. Tenacity means determination or persistence in adhering to or pursuing something, even in the face of difficulty or opposition. How you could use it is the team's tenacity ensured they met the deadline despite numerous obstacles. Another example would be the tenacity of the Indian freedom fighters during the independence movement continues to inspire generation. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. When a speaker uses the word of the day, we could encourage the speaker by showing a thumbs up reaction on the Zoom buttons that are available. I will give my report when the general evaluator calls for it. I would also be pasting the word of the day in the chat so you could refer to it and use it through the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Prajita.
Thank you, grammarian Libby. So, This is the introduction of our evaluation. Consider it as a trailer. The movie is yet to be shown. That's it from me and my team will be sharing the report at the end of the meeting. Till then, I will hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Megha. Over to you, Toastmaster Megha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparajita, for letting us know the roles the roles that your team will play. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the first section of our meeting, which is prepared speeches. Now, we have with us our first speaker, Animesh Das. Introducing Animesh, he is currently our data engineering intern with Altimetric, on his way to becoming a full-time employee with Black Hawk Network in Bangalore and a recent dual degree graduate from Triple IT Hyderabad. He calls himself a born-again Toastmaster. He joined Toastmaster in our club for connections, reconnections, better quality meetings, and a good end to a working day. In his own words, the consistency, completion, inclusion, equality, diversity, and respect that is fostered in our club, the TPTM, attracted him to join it. I have to say it, Animesh. Since the day you have joined the club, I have always come up to you on times when I do not find anyone to fill up the roles, and you are the person who I can totally count on in need. So before I welcome Animesh onto the stage, I would okay, Anant is here. I would love to welcome his evaluator, Toastmaster Anant Katyayani, onto the stage.
Thank you, Megha. Please confirm if I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thank you. Greetings again, folks. Special greetings to Pallavi, my old mentee over here. Good to see you over here. Today, our speaker, Animesh, who is born again in Toastmasters, he is going to deliver something special. So my humble request to everyone over here is, please you also make a mental or a paper-based note, because today's evaluation objectives are generic. Animesh is attempting a sample speech for international speech contest. That means everything under the sun is an evaluation objective. I will primarily categorize and mark him on his content, his delivery, his language, anything else that requires attention. So let's evaluate Animesh's speech at our end in that note, in that manner. And my humble request to everyone is, please positively pass on your constructive as appreciative suggestions to Animesh over the personal chat. Timer, please note, timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. Looking forward to hear this spectacular speech. All the very best, Animesh. Over to you, Megha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anant. Animesh, can we have a quick audio video check?
Yes, audible, visible. Today's a beautiful night. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, you're audible and visible. Animesh Das, 27, pan and proud. 27, pan and proud, Animesh Das.
On that day, when the sun set on that day in February 1997, a couple rushed to the nearest government hospital they could find in Jamshedpur. And come 7 o'clock, the hospital echoed with the cries of a newborn. Its wide eyes blinking with peculiar timing. And that's when the newly minted parents decided on a name, Animesh. That's how I was born. That's how I was named Animesh. Not because I'm timeless, because no, I'm not. I'm just 27 years old, guys. I'm just 27 years old, folks. But little did they know that 27 years later, here I would be, standing before all of you, making a revelation that would probably challenge their limited heteronormative understanding of biology, anthropology, physiology, and the understanding of humanity. Before I go ahead and make that revelation, you got one part of the title here, right? Now raise a hand if you have ever felt, even for a moment, that you did not fit in the crowd. Come on, raise a hand if you did, if you felt like that even for a moment. Now, if you do understand that feeling for even a moment, you know how it crushes. Thank you. One hand raised. Imagine feeling that for every second of every day of your life. 20 years since the age of 4, I felt that. 20 years. And it took me 3 years to finally understand that the crowd did not fully understand me. That it's okay to be me. You know, in this heteronormative society, this heteronormative social norms that we have, as a if I were a little boy, I would be expected to have a crush on a girl in the class, on a girl, maybe in the classroom or maybe in the move, maybe some actress in the movies, right? No, not at all. I had a crush on. I did have a crush on them, but I had an even stronger crush on my best friend, Shantanu. You know, we used to circle around the entire block, riding our cycles. We used to play cricket, you know, and we shared a lot of memories. My first 10 years in my first 4 years in school, I shared a lot of memories with him. So it crushed me when I found out that he was leaving the country because his dad found a job in Kuwait. And I never understood why I felt it that strongly. As as strongly, I understood that probably I should be feeling sad for my friend. Sad that my friend is going away. Sure. But this was even stronger than that. And come to think of it now, 15 years after, I realized that's not just because I thought of him as a best friend. I thought of him as more than a best friend. You know, Shantanu was actually my first crush, my first love. And that led me to this realization that all of these relationships that I had, relationships as in I'm only talking about romantic love, right? Be it the one I had, be it the one I have with my girlfriend, the one I had with my with so many of my exes, be it Abhinav or that one unnamed queer person or Aarti or Ipsita. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you that I realized amidst all of this that it's okay it's okay for me to feel that to feel that connection, irrespective of who they were, irrespective of their identity. 6 years ago, I realized I felt that probably I was gay, but then I started to understand I'm not straight. No, not at all. Definitely not. But I'm not gay either. I'm somewhere in that spectrum. And initially, I thought, okay, I'm bi, but I'm not exactly bi either. Even in fact, bi doesn't even cover an iota of who I am. In fact, that's what pan covers. So I am pan romantic. I'm pansexual. I'm pan romantic. And that is who I am. And it was only and only because of last week that I realized I needed to say something about this. I'm sure most of you must have read the news, and most of you have read about what would happen if that happened. People like me, our existence would be threatened. We would be looked at as monsters again, just when the world began to see us as humans. So here I am standing before you. Yes, I am still Toastmaster Animesh. Yes, I'm still Animesh Das. This is probably a side of me that you have now got to know of. But that doesn't change anything about me. Not at all. In fact, it only establishes the fact that that people like me, we are not monsters, we are not aberrations, we are not abominations, we are just humans looking for acceptance. So here I am, standing before you, 27, pan, and proud of it. This is Animesh signing off. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Toastmaster Animesh for such a wonderful speech. Animesh, you always kill with your expressions and your tone, your volume. I love it. So, folks, let's write down 1 minute of let's take 1 minute of silence so that we can write down our observations to Animesh on his personal chat. Timer, Pranit, you can just let me know when 1 minute ends by a thumbs up. Meanwhile, Pranit, I want to tell you something that you do not have to keep sharing the cards. You have to unshare it when you show it. Like you have shown the green card, then you unshare it immediately after 3 seconds. Then show yellow card and unshare it. But with the red card, you have to keep showing it until the speaker stops. Okay? Okay, thank you so much, Pranit. The 1 minute is over. Now it's time to move to our second speaker of today, which is Tamanna Gupta. Introducing Tamanna. Introducing Tamanna. She has studied chartered accountancy at immediate level, like IPCC. She is now living in Germany. She is learning the German language to enhance her professional skills. She has keen interest in Hindu mythology, so she tries to watch religious series and read related books as much as she can. Tamanna, after wedding, our lives changed like women's, but your life has changed a little bit, as one step more, because your country has also changed. So I know it involves a lot of fear and nervousness to shift to a completely different country. But heads off to you, and heads off to every girl out there who is always moving out of, who can do anything for anyone, for the person who he or she loves. Now, okay, now I would love to invite this evaluator, Tamanna's evaluator, onto the stage, Iti Mehrotra. Iti, over to you.
Am I audible and visible?
And yes, you are audible and visible.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's my privilege to introduce today's speaker, Tamanna Gupta, who will be delivering speech with a clear and purposeful message. She will be attempting level 1, project 2, speech with a purpose. The pathway is innovative planning. Whether the goal is to inform, persuade, or entertain, we can expect her to engage it thoughtfully and skillfully. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Tamanna Gupta, who will now be delivering her speech titled The Joy of Giving From Childhood Lessons to Life's Mission. Speech timings will be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, TMOD. Megha.
Thank you, Iti. Tamanna, can we have a quick audio video check?
Yes, please. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are visible. Tamanna Gupta, The Joy of Giving from Childhood Lessons to Life's Mission. The Joy of Giving from Childhood Lessons to Life's Mission. Tamanna Gupta.
Albert Einstein once said, "We cannot despair of humanity since we ourselves are human beings." His words deeply resonate with me because it reflects the power of hope and compassion. I still remember the day when I was 8 years old, a child full of dreams and excitement. I had spent 2 years collecting savings from Kanchak, Rakhi, and Dussehra celebrations. The total amount was around 900 rupees. I was overjoyed, imagining the fun my brother and I would have at the trade fair. I could not wait to spend my treasure on rides, magic shows, and all the delicious street food. But life had a lesson for me. The very other day, while playing outside, I saw two poor sisters crying. They used to work as a house help in our neighborhood homes. Curious, I approached them and learned that their father was seriously ill and they needed money for their treatment. Without giving a second thought, I rushed home and grabbed all my savings and handed the money to them. Their joy and gratitude were overwhelming. I felt very proud that I had did something good. I had done something good. A few days later, I learned the truth that they had lied about their father's health. And I felt cheated and hurt because they used the money for buying new clothes. And I vowed never to help again like that. Years passed. The same situation arose during my first year of college. I had just begun using the public transport independently when I encountered a frail 5-year-old boy begging for a money at bus stand. His frailty touched my heart. I began helping him with money or food whenever I could. One day, I saw a cigarette box and a lighter in his pocket. It shook me to my core. How could a child so young engage in such habits? But this time, instead of giving up on helping others, I reflected on how could I approach this differently. I resolved never to give money directly to children, but to help them in a way that really mattered by providing food, clothing, and other necessities. I also realized that addressing immediate needs was not enough. Breaking the cycle of poverty requires awareness and education. As I grew older, the sight of poor children struggling without food or shelter deeply affected me. The weight of their struggles often made me question whether a one person alone could make a difference. Over the time, I came to understand that life is complex and that poverty is not a choice for most of the people. It is a consequence of circumstances, and those circumstances re- deserves our compassion, not judgment. Life is not just about satisfying our own needs. It is about uplifting others whenever we can. This realization deepened when I encountered the philosophy of Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism. Its teachings illuminating its teachings illuminated a higher purpose in my life. I came to understand that life is not just being born, getting a good job, earn a lot of money, and then dying. The true purpose of life is to serve humanity. This profound understanding reshaped my perspective and my actions. I vowed that whatever profession I chose in life, it would contribute to the betterment of society and humankind. Since then, helping others has been my mission. Seeing smiles on the faces of those I have helped filled my heart with immense joy and reinforces my purpose. Though I felt cheated as an 8-year old, now I see that those experiences taught me invaluable lessons of life. They planted the seed of empathy and determination in me, which continue to grow as I bring smiles on many more faces. Martin Luther King beautifully said, "Everyone can be great because everyone can serve." To my Toastmaster team and all who hear this story, I urge you always aim to make a positive difference in others' life, whether it is through imparting free education, showing compassion, and offering hope to those who are in despair. Every small act of kindness counts. Life becomes truly meaningful when we go beyond ourselves and uplift others. In this way, we together can bring happiness and peace to the world. Let us strive to create a ripple effect of kindness and motivation, making the world a better place for all. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Tamanna Gupta. Tamanna, life is complex. Totally. You can unshare it. Yes. And your speech reminded me of a movie I watched, Lucy in Hollywood. The the moral of the movie is we should share in our entire life what we learn. So sharing is something that we should always do. Be it if we are from a privileged family, we should share it with those who are underprivileged. So hats off to the content, and I would like to observe a 1 minute silence for writing to the Tamanna about your respective observations. Pranit, again, your thumbs up will do after 1 minute. Thank you, Timer Pranit. Now it's time for our third speaker, who is Pooja Kushwaha. Introducing Pooja. Wait a minute, guys. Introducing Pooja, she is from Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. She was a she was a microbiologist who changed her profession, and currently she is an image consultant, author, and podcaster. She runs her talk show, Pooja's Talk Show, with more than 100 episodes with featured celebrities, coaches, entrepreneurs, including Shiv Khera, Sabira Merchant, Lata Sabirwal, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Wow, good to know about you, Pooja. I recently saw your WhatsApp post with Ayushman Khurana, and you wrote that it needs to beat fear to come out and ask him for the podcast. You may or may not get it, but you definitely beat your fear, you overcome your fear. Hats off to you. Now, before calling Pooja, I would love to call her evaluator onto the stage, Toastmaster Sajal Jain.
A very good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I'm unable to switch on my video from this device. I'll make sure that I'll use a separate device for my evaluation. Just to read the objectives for Toastmaster Pooja speech, Toastmaster Pooja will be delivering a level 1 speech from the Path Presentation Mastery. The project title is Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance her speech. I wish her all the very best for her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Megha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajal. Pooja, okay, a quick audio video check.
Yes, am I audible, Megha?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Okay. Pooja Kushwaha, the power of being you listens from the stage. The power of being you listens from the stage. Pooja Kushwaha.
It was the year 2008. I was in my college. The farewell party was going to happen after 10 days. And as generally in colleges happens, there were so many events and programs were scheduled. And then I came to know that one contest was going to happen, and that was Miss Farewell. This is some beauty pageant kind of setup. And I don't know what happened to me, and I decided to participate in it. And I have given my name to it. At that time, I was the girl who never knew about the fashion, dressing sense, grooming, ramp walk, modeling. The all thing was alien to me. I was some tomboyish kind of girl, doesn't have so much confidence, and who are not able to ask any doubt in front of the class as well. And I didn't know why I have given the name. I have given my name and I decided to participate in it. And then some of the boys of my college or my classmates, they came to know about it and they started teasing me. And they said, Miss Farewell, modeling, ramp, really? Have you lost it? Are you out of your mind? Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. And then after some times, I realized, what am I going to do any mistake? What happened to me? Why I'm participating in it? I cried. I felt humiliated, insulted. Everybody was seeing me and telling me that why you are doing this. And then after a certain point of time, I just felt that I don't want to win that pageant. I just want to hold the mic, go on the stage and introduce myself. That's what I wanted to do it, because before that, I never went on the stage alone. So that was my motto to participate in that pageant. I felt relaxed. I said, I have to just go for the first round and I have to just introduce with the people, 60 plus people in front of me. That was my motto. And then
After 10 days, finally, the D-Day has come. I got up early in the morning. I was so excited. I backpacking. I packed my all the dresses, whatever I want to wear, and I went to my friend's home. And she helped me to get ready. She did my makeup and all those things. And we reached at the venue where the contest was going to happen. And that place, I was feeling little nervous because first time I was going to do the which I never did in my life, which was opposite, totally opposite to my personality on that time. And then we reached at the venue. The stage was set, music was playing, and the juniors were there. Everyone was getting ready, and all those things was there. And then program started. Some of the stage performance was going on, and then anchor started calling the participants to come on the backstage for the first round. And I went on the backstage with other participants, and one by one, music was playing. They were coming on the ramp, and they were introducing themselves. And suddenly, they called my name. I felt nervous. I didn't know. I thought not to go because I didn't know I was feeling stuck. Then I thought, okay, no, but no problem. Anyhow, I came here. I need to go. Music was playing. I just came on the stage. I hold the mic and I said, खुद से जीतने की जिद है मुझे, खुद को ही हराना है, भीड़ नहीं हूँ मैं दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर एक जमाना है. Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Kushwaha. I am from Allahabad. I love singing and traveling, and I want to become a biotechnologist so that nobody can sleep with hunger on the street. That is my dream. Thank you so much. And after 1 minute, I heard a lot of clap was happening. Everyone was hooting for me. And that was a feeling first time I have seen in my life. And I came and I was just met my friend, and she said, let's have food and then we'll talk about it. And we were having food, and it was around 6:30 p.m. in the evening. And I said, I have to leave because I'm getting late. She said, no, you have to be there for the results. And I said, no, I have to go. And then we were finishing the food. Again, the anchor started taking the name of the people who select for the second round. And I was totally in faith that I wouldn't be selected. Suddenly, they took my name also. I was shocked and surprised. And the second round was more difficult because it was the ramp walk round, which was out of my mind. I didn't know what to do. My friend pushed me and she said, "Go and do that." I seen how people are doing, and I performed that ramp walk on that day. And then the round has finished, and again I came back from the stage, and I was totally in confidence that they're not gonna select me. Again, the round has completed, and an anchor has chosen 10 participants, and in that one of my name was there. I was totally surprised. And then the third round was there, and that was Q&A. She was there, and they will ask some of the 3 to 4. I answered those questions, and the final results were going to happen after one performance. I definitely I'm not gonna say because I have just given some answers. I was not confident enough. Why would they going to select me? There are a lot of people. There are a lot beautiful people. Why they are going to select me? And I'm waiting that who will get that round. And finally, the anchor called 5 people on the stage, and that my name again is there. And I went on the stage, and I came to know there are 3 people who are going to select. But okay, 2 people are for showcase and showpiece. It was one of them. So I went on the stage, and I was just roaming and just seeing all the stage. And then suddenly, chief guest has taken my name. That I was a second, and within fraction of second, the crown was on my head. sash on my body, and K was on my hand. I was the second runner of that pageant. And within a second, my thought process changed and my confidence has soared. And I got I learned from that stage. First is beauty pageant is not about only beauty. Pageant is all about who you really are. And the second, it's all about you. How authentic and how authentic your story. It's authentic and you're telling your story that what actually happened to me or happened to me on that day. Thank you so much. Over to you, Megha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja, for sharing the great day, the wonderful day you had with us. Your face expressions can totally say your feelings about that day. Wonderful speech. Again, I would like to have 1 minute of silence. Everybody, please use the time to give your feedback to Toastmaster Pooja. Meanwhile, we also have polls ready for best prepared speaker. Request everyone to cast your votes.
Was the poll quickly closed? I could not get a chance to vote.
Toastmaster Anand, the poll will be relaunched again. I would just have to take some
All right.
co-host access back because I guess someone accidentally stopped the poll. I'll do that.
Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now moving on to the theme of our today's meeting is fear. We were talking about what is fear, and we already talked about that fear is not. It can be psychological, but it also scientific. It exists in our brains. Now there are four triggers that enhance fear. What are they? First, we have meanwhile we have the polls again for the best prepared speaker. Okay, so now there are four triggers that enhances fear. They are uncertainty, attention, change, and struggle. Listen to me very carefully, friends. When we are uncertain about any situation, we feel fearful, right? When there's a situation when everybody's attention is going to have on us, we feel fearful. When things are changing in our lives, we feel fearful. And when we have to move out of our comfort zone, we have to struggle to achieve something, we are fearful, right? So these challenges makes us feel fearful. It triggers the lizard brain in our body. But do you ever recognize that all these triggers also exist in situations when the situations are not dangerous but are the opportunities that you should grab? So how do you able to understand what is an opportunity and what is dangerous? Because in all these triggers, the fear will stand super strong in front of you. Procrastination is also a result of fear. Like you have been given two choices, either to just sit down and procrastinate your work that you have to do, or do it right now. So your lizard brain will always push you to just relax and watch Netflix. Work will happen later. So you have to have control over that brain, over that lizard brain that is telling you to just relax and be lazy, that is telling you to not move yourself out of the comfort zone. You do not have to fight with fear. Remember, you do not have to fight with fear. You have to make him your friend. It is not that fear will not exist. Fear will always exist. You will die if you don't have this lizard brain in your body. So fear will always exist. It is, you have to keep doing what you have to, in spite of the fact that you are feeling fearful. Have you watched the interview being taken by Akshay Kumar of Narendra Modi? If you have observed, he was way too nervous in that interview. And he's a celebrity. Why was he nervous? Because he was also fearful. And that was completely apparently showing on his face. I have watched an interview of Hrithik Roshan, and he literally fumbled in that interview. He completely blundered. Why did he do that? So it is not just us, the layman, the celebrities who are constantly into these public, who are public figures, have also experienced fears in their lives, and they do till now. So my question to you is: when has fear made you lose an incredible opportunity? Can anyone among you can answer the question? When has fear made you lose an incredible opportunity? Is there any scenario in your life when you lost on something due to the fear? Yes, Pranit, please answer.
Yes, a live example is for the job interview. So I went to my first job interview, means this for the second company, and in the existing company, I feel that I'm very talented. Everybody is giving me that you are the best and all these things. But once I attended that training, most, I think 90% of the question is out of my mind on this. And suddenly I got the fear that I'm not going to select on this. But I just keep quiet for the 5-10 minutes, and then my personal interview started after that, because I have given the written examination, and they're having the both option. You have first to give the written, and then you have to give the personal interview. And then just I cool down for the 5-10 minutes, and then I realized that whatever is going to happen, I'm not the jobless. I'm having the job in my hand. So let's try. And definitely that 5-10 minutes, my mind is like that I'm going to do mistakes or so many things going on the mind. And then I gone for the personal interview, and then I performed very well, and I selected there on. So that's why the fear is coming suddenly into your mind. And then if you are not controlling your fear, and you are not designing your the way forward, then definitely you will be on the wrong path. And if you are designing perfectly on the way forward, then you are on the right path.
I completely agree on you, Pranit. Friends, if you are fearful, you should pat yourself on back, because you are doing something that is not your routine, that is something beyond, you're stretching your boundaries. So do not be afraid of being fearful. You do not have to run away from fear. You have to just hug it. You have to befriend with it, and then only you can move forward. So there are no ways of how to overcome fear. You just can learn to deal with it. This is not my first T-mod. I remember when I was doing my first T-mod, I was way too nervous. I literally kept all my other things aside and was focusing on T-mod. But now, because I have the practice, so I am not that fearful. So the only way to overcome anything is by practice. In the interest of time, I would quickly want to move to the next section of our today's meeting, which is table topics. And for that, I would love to invite on stage our table topic master for today, who is Utkarsh Sharma. Utkarsh, can we have a quick audio video check?
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Greetings, everyone. I will be your table topic master of the day. So let's let's have that creative cap on and be as innovative as possible, because table topic is one section of Toastmasters meeting where we learn a very important and critical skill, which is to think on our feet. And this skill is extremely important because it can come handy during our meetings, during our interviews. So let's practice that today. I would request everyone to volunteer. You know the drill. I'll give you a topic. You have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. The green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow at 1:30, and red at 2. So we already have a volunteer, Manish Gupta. All right. Hi, Manish. Can we have a quick audio video check?
Yes, please.
All right. You're perfectly audible and visible. Manish, be a voice, not an echo. Be a voice, not an echo. Toastmaster Manish.
Good evening, everybody. Be a voice, not an echo. When I want to do something, when I want to raise my voice, I should not think if somebody tries to muzzle my voice, somebody tries to gag my voice, I should raise the question, no matter what. I have to take risk. If I don't take a risk, I'll become an echo. But that also, should say in such a way that it should not offend somebody. The way it's taught in Toastmaster, if we have to criticize somebody, first we have to appreciate, then we have to tell the negative point, then again we have to appreciate. The person should not be offended. If I have to raise my voice, I have to do the same thing, same formula I have to apply over there also. Because my job is not to raise the voice to get my job done, not to ruin my relation with them. For that, the same formula which I've learned from Toastmaster, I'll apply over there to get my job done. And this is what I do. This I learned from Toastmaster, and it helps me like anything. And if I don't raise my voice, I can't grow in my life. I'll remain unsuccessful in every field, because if we don't speak, in Hindi we say, "A bacha roega nahi to maa doodh kyun degi." The same is like that. We have to raise the voice to grow in our life. Thank you. Out to the Toastmaster, please.
I'm absolutely blown away by your coherence and your thought process, Manish. Fantastic job, very well done. And the topics I'm suggesting today are generally very generic, because we have our table topic coming up next week. So it's more of a mock practice for our members and everyone. So I request all the members of our club who have not spoken much or have not taken up a role, please step up. We're having a practice session today. And I see Ashok raising his hand. Ashok, can we have a quick audio video check?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Can you speak a little bit more?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Toastmaster Ashok. Well begun is half done. Well begun is half done. Toastmaster Ashok.
Good evening, Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. As you all know, today's theme is fear. And it is fear that obstructs us to do something for the very first time. I remember one of the story when I was struggling for doing mathematics. I had decided to left this subject, but it was one of my friends who forcefully took me and arranged a tuition. The tuition teacher, very, very good, and he encouraged me to do simple things on daily basis. And he taught me four different operation which was very important in calculating or solving the mathematical problem. And that was, we all know, plus, minus, division and subtraction. And he made me understand these four pillars of mathematics so nicely that I still today encourage and appreciate his method to teach. And today, folks, you will surprised to know that I'm a PGT teacher of mathematics that I used to hate mathematics. So when you start well, then you will definitely do one day. As I am the live example of the fear of mathematics. And today, whatever I am, that the little step I had taken with the encouragement of my teacher who taught me very simple things and make me understand. And I'm very grateful to him till today. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master, Utkarsh Sharma.
Your journey has always been very inspirational, Toastmaster Ashok. We've known you personally. You are a member of our club and very beautifully articulated. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. Next up, we have Pratna, who has raised her hand. Hi, Pratna. Can we have a quick motivator check?
Yeah, hi.
Is it
Can you hear
possible
me?
for you to? Yes. Can you speak a little bit more?
Definitely. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you as well. Pratna. Are you a Toastmaster, Pratna?
No, I'm a guest right now.
All right. Pratna. Growing old is compulsory. Growing up is a choice. Growing old is compulsory. Growing up is a choice. Pratna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for giving me that awesome topic. Definitely, growing old is really important, and it's a normal thing that happens to everyone. But you know, when we get older and we get mature, we actually begin to lose these small things in life that actually bring joy to our face. Like we don't see the sun rising or the sun setting up. We just go on to our job, do our work, come back, and we are not able to find anything beautiful. And we also do not present our gratefulness to the things which are happening all around us. So I can give you an example about that. In my office, everyone was one day very serious. They were just working in their chambers and they were doing the meetings and all. But I am growing up, but I am not still yet old. I'm just 27, so I just begin singing a song and dancing along, and I begin to talk with everyone. Like they could consider it as a childish thing that we are working and she's talking and singing. Oh my god, this is so bad for her. But yeah, I just try to find everything positive because, anyways, life is short. You should enjoy it. So that is from my side. Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh, and thank you all.
Beautifully articulated, Pratna. I mean, I've listened to you the first time and beautifully done. Thank you so much. We have scope for one more table topic. I have to rush through because we are a little bit behind time. All right, last speaker of the day would be I see Pallavi who has requested personally. Pallavi, are you interested to go for one?
I can try.
All right. Easy one for you, Pallavi. Pallavi, when there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way, Pallavi.
That's a universal truth. Where there is a will, there is the way, because that is the seed, and then the tree grows. Similarly, when there is a will, then only it materializes. So without will, nothing happens. So there are many, many stories we heard about it and personally experienced. Yeah, so though I mean I'm not able to recall much stories from my personal on my personal ground, but yes, one thing I remember, which which is just coming up right now. I was working with a company, TLC, which is into the sales and marketing. And I was working in that company for a good number of the time. In fact, that was the first job which I have taken, and I worked in that company for the 6 and 7 years. And then for me, though I want to change, but I got stuck and I was not able to change because of my own securities and the fear. But still, I was always want to change, though I mean there is a lot of struggle. It came in my way, but when I finally made my decision, though without any new job in my hand, I have given the resignation, and fortunately I got the job and I was able to change the job. So in nutshell, what I want to tell is that because I have a will to where I got stuck to move ahead, I was able to do with a lot of struggles as well. So I mean, for me, and there are the numerous example which I have seen in my past, in my life, and in other life as well. So if there is a will, then only we can move ahead. Thank you so much, and over to you, Utkarsh.
That's what I absolutely love about table topics, because we get to know people on a deeper level when they share their stories. Thank you so much, Pallavi. You are truly inspiring and very well done. Apologies, everyone. I know a lot of people have raised their hand, but in the interest of time, we have to have a curtailed table topic session today. Thank you so much. You have been wonderful participants and extremely, extremely motivating. This is all from my side. I pass the baton back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Megha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for leading the session so well. It was really such a practice for each one of us for the table topic contest. Now, moving on to our theme, I just want to summarize my whole theme with that. There's no one in this world who is fearful of nothing. But yes, people who have made something out of their lives have conquered the fear. They have always pushed themselves out of their comfort zone. In fact, the role players for today, they have obviously felt nervous and fearful before signing up for respective roles, but they still do. So do not try to escape fear, try to survive with the fear. Fear is something that tells us that we are doing something to upgrade ourselves. That's all by my side. And now it's time for the last section of our today's meeting, which is evaluation session. So for that, I would like to call on stage our general evaluator for today, who is Aprajita Darbari, onto the stage. Aprajita, can we have a quick audio video check?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are both audible and visible. Over to you.
So for the evaluation, I would like to call upon Anand, Toastmaster Anand, for evaluating. Just a sec.
Animesh.
Animesh. Yeah.
Right. Please confirm if I'm audible and visible.
You are audible and visible.
Can we also, yeah, Animesh is spotlighted. Thank you so much. So here it begins. Folks, let's have a round of applause and sincere appreciation for my speaker, Animesh Das, for two reasons. Number one, that he spoke on a really thoughtful, provocative, sensitive topic, but in a responsible manner. He challenged the conventional heterosexual norms of the society while maintaining his own ground and coming out with his own identity. And his speech content today was educational in nature, but it had the right tinge of persuasion and a little bit of motivation as well. So congratulations once again, Animesh, for coming out of the closet in this closed community with flying colors. Now, I would like to appreciate you on the content that had a really powerful core narrative, and it also had a framework of a journey of self-discovery. So great job on there. My sincere appreciation are reserved for something that we all often miss in an attempt to impress rather than express, and that is using the right language. So you use simple, accurate, and scientifically correct terms rather than trying to over impress people with jargons. So good job on there. Now, while the speech is tenacious, it has its own spice. How to make it a bit more impactful from international speech contest perspective? My suggestions are twofold: one on content and a bunch on delivery. On the content part, I will just limit it and park this conversation for an offstage talk. My simple suggestion will be we can do a bit better restructuring and rebuilding around a singular theme that should be visible from beginning till the end. In fact, in your call out at the end as well. And from the content perspective as well, again, let your audience feel the stake in your conflict. It should not be that this is my pain and I'm talking about something from my perspective. Let's involve audience in this perspective, and not just by a token question or a quiz or a raise of hand in the beginning and then be done with it, but on a content level. So we'll explore about that. On delivery part, as you may have seen by now yourself, and I think the audience will agree, your first line itself, you corrected it. When the sun that day, and afterwards in the same sentence, we had a lot of self-corrections or repeats. Nothing to worry. This is all a classical sign of lack of rehearsal. This was an emotionally invested speech for you. You had a lot of personal stakes in it. Of course, a bit of nervousness was obvious. How about we do the justice while rehearsing? Because otherwise it just dampens the impact right in the beginning, right? On the prop part, I suggest we can probably use it cleverly by introducing it in the middle rather than keeping it from the beginning. And on the camera angle, perhaps on an equivalent level will be much better rather than looking down from that perspective in a virtual mode. All in all, it had a powerful core narrative. Just a tidbit around the restructuring and these suggestions around delivery, and this looks like a competent ISC speech. Looking forward to hear it more. All the very best. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. It was a very good. You have given the clear objectives about Animesh speech, and it was a very good way of handling the sensitive topics and the way it has to be presented. So, as always, you have been flawless. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Iti for the evaluation of Toastmaster Tamanna.
Am I audible and visible?
You're audible and visible.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Tamanna on delivering a speech with a clear and defined purpose. It's always a challenge to deliver a speech that is not only engaging but also serve a specific objective, and you did a commendable job on that. You clearly identified the purpose of your speech, which made it easy for the audience to understand your message. You made your objective very clear from the start: to help the people in need and to serve the society to overcome poverty. And this helped to set the context for your message. The idea behind your speech is very, very relevant. The organization of your speech was very thought of. You effectively used an introduction to capture our attention, a body that delivered your core message with clear and logical progression, and a strong conclusion that wrapped up things beautifully. I really fell in love of your quotes from Einstein and Martin Luther. And when you came up to the conclusion that breaking the cycle of poverty requires awareness and education, it's good to introduce it at the opening and at the conclusion to make the speech more impactful in every sense. You connected with our audience through your personal experiences, which kept us engaged throughout the speech. This not only helped in delivering your message effectively, but also reinforced your purpose. Your vocal variety was effective in reinforcing your message. Your eye contact helped establish a strong connection with the audience. I loved your calm posture. Now, few recommendations. At times, your pacing was little slow. It can be little more energetic, especially during the time when you said that you saw a cigarette box in a child hand and you were thinking how could a child engage in such a habit at such age. You can show some bit of anger or frustration feeling. Always remember, pauses can be powerful tools to allow the message to resonate, but long pauses are not good enough. You can use more hand gestures to make the audience more engaging. To summarize, overall, you did a wonderful job in delivering a speech with a clear purpose. Your ability to connect with the audience and stay on the topic was impressive. With a few adjustments with improvement in body language and enhancing the pacing, your speech will continue to improve. I look forward to seeing how you will refine your skills in the future. Thank you for sharing your speech with us today.
Thanks, Toastmaster Iti, for sharing your reviews over the Tamanna's speech. Um, I think you did a good job by encouraging her, as well as showing what the speaker should be working on, and also the kind of focus on the objectives um, of her speech. Next, moving on to our third evaluator, Toastmaster Sajal, right, for the evaluation of Toastmaster Puja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aprajita. A very good evening, everyone. The first and foremost thing that I absolutely loved about Toastmaster Pooja's speech was the honesty with which she spoke. The objective of her speech was to enhance vocal variety in her speech. And if you're authentic and speaking from your heart, the voice itself follows. For example, when she said that some of the boys were teasing her in her class that modeling really, we could sense that sense of sarcasm or doubts in her voice. Or when she said that I was feeling stuck, and then a long pause followed her sentence. So it showed that it was coming from her personal experience. The honesty was in her voice itself. Another thing that I really loved about her speech was the way that she painted sentences in her speech by her words. For example, when she said that the stage was set, the music was playing in the background. We can picture that in our heads that there is an entire stage, there are 150 people there, and you are nervous just walking or coming up on the stage and picking up that mic. Or when she said that we were just finishing food and the anchor called her name. So we could sense that rush or that nervousness or that boost by which the anchor called her in the middle of a meal, in the middle of when she was eating food. It was a very creative use of language. If there is anything that she could do differently with this speech, it's just a suggestion that if the speaker could have a shorter title. For example, the title of the speech was The Power of You Lessons from the Stage. So the title itself gives us a glimpse into the entire speech. But if the title could leave a little bit of mystery for us to follow, for example, this title can be just Power of You, or it can be You, and you can use that title multiple times during the speech to make it more effective, and we would resonate with that message even more. Another thing that the speaker can do to enhance the quality in her speech would be to look up or make eye contact with the audience throughout her speech. When she was nervous, when the character in her story was nervous, she was looking down, which is obviously that's the way a nervous person looks. But during an online meeting, it's always good to have that eye contact with the audience on a regular basis so that the audience is able to engage with the speech more. Another thing that really caught my eye during the speech was the message that she had in her speech. A good speech is a speech with a message. An even greater speech is a speech which with a message which relates to her own personal story. The way her self-doubt changed to self-love by the way she said that a crown was put up on my head. And the way she was smiling when she was saying this line really brought that energy into the speech. Overall, it was a beautiful speech which really fulfilled the objectives of vocal variety in her speech. And she left us with a heartwarming message that I don't want to win, I just want to hold the mic. So thank you, Toastmaster Pooja, for an inspiring speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Aprajita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sajal. Your speech objectives were properly read out, and commendation and recommendations were meaningful. Uh, and the praise and personalized advice you gave was in a very enthusiastic way, which was commendable. And the tone was very positive and enthusiastic and encouraging also. And you have pinpointed the points where she has to improve and she has to uh, do more practice towards it was very good. And the positive points which you gave were also not in a vague sense, it was up to the mark. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sajal. Now, let's move on to our auxiliary role players. I would like to call upon the first auxiliary role player, grammarian, um, Libby, Toastmaster Libby. Yeah. Are you audible and visible?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparajita. With regards to word of the day, the grammarian in me cries because nobody really used the word of the day, tenacity. If I miss somebody, then I'm sorry. I didn't hear it being used. There were ample amount of good usages in the entire meeting, especially Anime's speech was peppered with such good vocabulary. Some of them I managed to write down, like peculiar, newly minted, revelation, heteronormative, aberrations, abominations. And all the other speakers also used a lot of good usages. I'll just go through them. Overwhelming, illuminated, reinforces, dampens, equivalent, competent, provocative, commendable, muzzle my voice or gag my voice. These were some amazing usages of words that I heard through the meeting. There were a few incorrect usages which I would like to talk about. A speaker mentioned thought not to go. A better way to say that would have been thought about quitting. So that adds more value to the sentence. So a speaker mentioned clap was happening. A better way to say that would have been there was a loud applause or the crowd began to applaud. Another speaker mentioned, how do you able to understand? Here the word able need not be used. How do you understand works well. Apparently showing, again, a better way to say that would have been evidently showing or evidently visible. Uh, mm, Completely agree on you was something which another speaker said. It would be completely agree with you. So the preposition to be used is with and not on. That's it from my end, and over to you, Toastmaster Apraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Libby. Your yeah, I mean, Toastmaster Andityam Anand spoke about the word Trinity. So that was it. My next auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Rohit. Rohit for our counter. Yeah. Rohit, you are not audible.
Audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So can I share my screen or
Yes, please share your screen.
basically host disable? Okay. Host is not allow me to share
Toastmaster
screen
Rohit,
like
you will be able to share your screen now.
okay, understand. Yes. So is my screen is visible now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So basically what I'm doing is so I have plotted the number of the members in Excel sheet and counted their sounds. So yes, so in this case I have in Animesh is doing the total sounds like 8 times, right? So in case of Pooja is like uh, using the words like sounds like 5 times, and Anantix use the sounds like 2 times. Aprajita is doing the sounds 8 times. Megha is doing the sounds like is 9 times. Ashok is using the sounds of 3 times. Monish is using the sounds of 3 times. Prasna is using the times of 2 times, and Pallavi is using the sounds like 10 times, like 6 times of and other like repeat 1 time. So Sajal is doing the get the sounds like 4 times. So so that is my what I'm observed in this meeting. So yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rohit, Toastmaster Rohit. Uh, it was a quite comprehensive report and a neat pattern that has been shown. Kudos to you for that. Let's
Okay.
call upon timer of the day, Toastmaster Praneeth. Over to you, Toastmaster Praneeth. Are you ready with your report?
Yes, I'm ready with this.
Over to
So
you.
just allow me to share my screen. Hope everybody is able to see my screen. Yeah, so this is the report of the Toastmaster meeting 391 on this. So some bad news that most of the team member has disqualified with the respect of the time management. But I'm so happy that the stable topic speakers are well within the time of this, and they have qualified. All the Manish, Ashok, Pratna, Pallavi, all are qualified. They have completed their speech within the 2 minutes limit of this. And about the prepared speakers, most of the team member has crossed the limit of the 7 minute. And especially I want to highlight the Puja is crossed the limit of the 8 minute. It's 8 minute 21 second. And just about the speech evaluator part. So just Iti crossed the 4 second, and remaining all are around 3.3 minute 19 second, 39 second on this. So this is the overall report of the Toastmaster timing point of view.
Point of order, there are few clarifications here. I request Toastmaster Pranit to keep sharing the screen. So 7 minutes 23 seconds is not disqualification. So we get 30 seconds of grace period post 7 minutes. So Toastmaster Tamanna is definitely not disqualified, and the same
Oh, it's
goes
my
for the
mistake.
30 seconds. Yeah, I mean you're doing it for the first time, so it happens,
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine. And we have prepared a comprehensive timing report. And similarly, Toastmaster ET also has a grace period of 30 seconds, so she is not disqualified, as well as Toastmaster Sajal.
Oh, it's my mistake. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very well done, Toastmaster Pranit.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, for pointing out. Well, we all learn from our mistakes. So let's go ahead. It's time for me to provide the evaluation. The first and foremost is the time meeting time. The meeting commenced on the time. It was always punctual, as Turning Point Toastmaster have been the hallmark for that and have been the infamous meeting. Always, it has been always the infamous meeting. And the second thing, the rules were all mentioned clearly, and the guests were greeted warmly by presiding officer. Um, the housekeeping work being done properly by and the club mission statements was properly read by presiding officer. It was the guests were recognized and asked for feedback. And although there were one or two guests which haven't been mentioned, but it's okay. You will continue, or you will do it later on. But the theme, the part Toastmaster Megha played was very well done. The theme was well chosen. I mean, the fear which we all face is the most important thing to talk about, and the way it has to be handled, the guided, is very well explained by Megha. And when we come to table topic master, the topics were given very well, and it were not something which has to be very hard in listening or very hard in understanding. They were in a very concise way, which were understandable by other members and guests, and it were the easy topics. You can work on it more. Like we can work on the proverbs so that as per the contest, we can be practiced about it. And speech evaluator, as I have all mentioned, that they have done it very well. They have guided and specified the objectives very well. And timers showed the card on time and they were visible on time. The time was properly read out, although some confusion was made because Pranita has done it for the very first time. No problem. Disqualifications were properly called out as per the idea he has been given. Our counter showed the report very well. And it was in a very calm tone. You can be in little encouraging way and ways how to overcome the R's and arms of the speeches, because pointing out it is okay that we are pointing out that you have speaking but how to not do it again further. We can say that by closing mouth, by taking time, you can just give the hint of it, that this is how we can improve it. As per what I said in grammarian, the only thing which I wanted Libby to do was to show her report, share her screen and show it to us, because what happens when we are, some of us are not that good in vocabulary. So what we do is we can hear about it, the proverbs, the paras which has to be, the words which has to be remembered, that okay, we can do it by seeing it on the screen and not by just hearing it, because it will pass away from our mind. So that is the only recommendation that I would like to do. And that's all from my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, I think so.
It's back to
Presiding officer.
thank you so much, our Madam General Evaluator. Can we have a huge round of applause? She's a true testimony of the theme that we had today, which is conquering fear. And she has indeed conquered fear by taking up one of the most important role in a Toastmasters meeting, which is a general evaluator. And she really killed it, and she performed it to the T when mentioning everyone's in proper detail of what they can improve. And I would like to give you a huge shout out to not just her, but we had several debutants today who kind of showed their potential and conquered fear. So we had Mr. Timer, Toastmaster Pranit, doing it for the first time. I suppose Toastmaster Rohit has taken a bar counter for the first time. So kudos to you, everyone, for conquering fear and striving to improve and taking up these opportunities and initiatives. Very well done. Let's have a huge round of applause for everyone, including our Toastmaster of the day. Alrighty. It's already 8:53. I have 7 minutes to close this meeting, and I strive to do it for sure. I have two things to do. Firstly, I will quickly launch some polls, and I request everyone to cast their votes. We're going to start with best auxiliary role player. You have 10 to 15 seconds for the same. I request everyone to cast their vote. In the meantime, I'm going to take some quick feedback from our lovely guests. I'm going to start with Harish. Hi, Harish. Because we couldn't have a chit chat with you in the beginning, so I'm going to just call you and say hi. Is it possible for you to unmute?
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Harish. Hello. Hi, Harish.
Yes.
Good to talk to you. Is it possible for you to switch on your video as well?
I am driving right now. So
all right. You can focus on driving. That's okay. You can just have a chit chat real quick. So any feedback for us? What was your takeaways or any kind of takeaways for us as well at the same time?
In fact, there's a takeaway for me personally. In fact, the high energy of the entire proceeding was quite contagious. Keep it up.
Thank you. We are an energetic lot. Thank you so much, Harish, for that feedback. And drive safe and reach back home safely. All right, there's another poll being launched, which is for the best speech evaluator. I request everyone to cast their vote as well. I'm going to take feedback from Libby. She's been grammarian today, and we couldn't have a chit chat in the beginning. So, Libby, what was your experience like today, and any feedback for us in which we can improve?
Hi, Utkarsh. It was great being part of this meeting. I mean, you have some quality speakers and quality evaluations going, so that always elevates the time that I spend. If I'm spending 2 hours here, I felt I had full value for the 2 hours that I spent. So kudos to all of you for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Libby, for gracing us with your presence and most importantly, taking up a role as well. You were fantastic. You were extremely coherent, and your grammarian report will definitely aid us to become better speakers for sure. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to quickly end this poll rather, which is for the best speech evaluator. Thank you everyone for casting their votes. We're left with two more polls. I'm going to launch the poll for best table topic speaker. Please, the same drill. Cast your votes right away. All righty. We also have with us Manish. Hi, Manish. Is it possible for you to unmute and possibly provide us with any feedback or any areas of improvement? Manish, can you hear us? All righty. He's not available. I'm going to take feedback from an ex-Toastmaster from our sister club, Pallavi. Hi, Pallavi. How was the experience today?
Utkarsh, it was great. I mean, coming back after a long time and listening to everybody and the speakers we have. I mean, it's really nice, bringing back my memories. And yeah, it was good learning and good investment of time.
Thank you so much. And it was lovely to see you as well, Pallavi. Thank you so much. All right. One final poll, which is for the best role player. I request everyone to cast their votes really quickly. I'm going to take feedback from Bethlehem if he is available, and if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Are you there? All right, I don't think he's available. And finally, I'm going to take feedback from the president of our sister club, Gurgaon Professional Toastmasters, Toastmaster Jasprit. Toastmaster Jasprit, can you hear us? Are you there? Okay, all right. I don't think she's available as well. I think people have gone for dinner. I'm too hungry as well. All right, let's just close this up real quick. I'm going to end this poll. All righty, it's time that I announce the results. Gear up, everyone. It's result time. I'm going to start with best prepared speaker, the big one. And we have a tie. The best prepared speaker today is Toastmaster Animesh, of course, with that whole heartfelt speech. And our speaker number 3, Toastmaster Pooja. Can we have a huge round of applause for both of them? Very well done. Congratulations. We don't have time for an acceptance speech. I'm sorry. All righty. Moving on to best speech evaluator. Of course, the beast. If to distinguished Toastmaster Anant is there, he is going to win. Of course, that's given. It's distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani. All righty. Next up is for the best auxiliary role player. Oh my God, the fight was intense here. But by a whisker of margin, we have Madam Grammarian, Toastmaster Libby, taking this for sure. Congratulations, Toastmaster Libby. Very well done and huge congratulations. Finally, no, we have 2 more, not finally. Best table topic speaker first. Intense fight here as well, but by just 1 vote, we have a winner, and he is the very proud member of our club, Toastmaster Ashok. Can we have a huge round of applause for him as well? Finally, the best role player, the big one. It was a fight between the TMOD, TTM, and GE. And by a humongous margin, I am very proud and happy to announce that the winner of this best role player goes to our very lovely Vice President Education of our club and the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Megha Bansal. Can we have a huge round of applause? Very well deserved and excellent job done today, Toastmaster Megha. This concludes the results for today, and this concludes our meeting. We had a fantastic meeting. Thank you so much. You have been a lovely participant. And let's keep this going. Let's make our club even prouder, and let's have quality meetings like we had today. Thank you so much. It's time to put the curtains down. I'm going to stop the recording right away.